Hello everyone, this will be an explanation about the science project in the submission 3 and submission 4. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna read you some of the explanation, some of the definitions, and also some of the calculus that I need to use to do the submission first. So report, report to speed Newton's codes. Okay, however, the first Newton law says that if an object is still or at rest, has no need to move for any change to occur in the body if nothing is imposing any external force in it. Mr. George tells us that we need to maintain the ball in the air to have good game. This also has a participation because we were telling the goods of someone. We're telling how that person said what is important and how he developed that explanation, he developed that good, that sentence. It's a participation because we are buying we're buying the grammatical space of that. So we're buying the grammatical space of that. The second Newton law, he says that the momentum of a force of a body was given by acceleration multiplied by the mass of that singular. As a result, angular momentum is the mass by velocity on the reference mark. Mr. George told us that we need to lift the ball well for a good attack to be made. In this sentence, we have a more explicit way to develop the first speech because in this one, we have another type of conception. There is the first place called the passive voice, so it's better. The third Newton law. The third Newton law says that every action there is another proportional to repulsion by the mass. This means that the reactions are similar to the field force given to the object with mass. Maybe the sentence is quiet. I know. Uh, for everyone that didn't have a special explicit reaction or implicitly an interaction or intercommunication between the Newton lines and cinematics means it would be sound weird. But it means, for example, in example of daily life, if you punch or if you try to push, push one wall or something that has more mass than you, the repulsion of you will be more magnified than the other one. Newton said, just Newton quotes, exactly Newton quotes some of the most most known sentences of Newton. Newton said that Plato is his friend, Aristotle is his friend, but my best friend is true. Newton said, if I had seen further, it's because I was over giant shoulders. In this is more reported speech and also the passive voice. Leibniz had given Newton's mistakes. This is a reference for the three-body problem that is explained by this magnificent wallpaper. I mean, it's not a wallpaper. The wallpaper is what I have behind me. Okay. However, the system wasn't stable as a result of the gravity given for the two variable mass of the two objects makes chaos on the system provided by the universal gravity theory as a result of the system. I showed settle is just. He said that the problem was because the mathematics were not enough advanced to explain that problem. So, okay, that's it. There's a calculus and not only old arcade math. Arcade math. How does that work? Okay, old math. That's math, basic math. Okay, here is the explanation. This is the second one, but here we have a range of movement. The one that was over this ball right here, is the range of movement in negative and plus ways. 2 meters or minus 2 meters. And I made all the cinematic process that you can see here. These variables is the principal, the initial, the initial position, the last position, and the minus separation of that makes 2 meters because it wasn't any rest because the initial position was zero, so the range of movement was exactly newtons means force 1.187 joules. That is the relation between energy and vacuum. on a stable one circuit state that produces that force or that repulsion with the macrometrical mean, with the macrometrical scale. You can see it if you know a little bit about physics. You will understand it: velocity, acceleration, and the last force. And here's the problem of the third bodies. The two bodies are going around them each other and vice versa, around in another mass object that we don't know the mass. But here are the universal calculus mathematics of Newton, and here are the integrals. Where at these times you have a $1 million if you solve that problem. But don't try because I'm going to win that $1 million. I'm sorry, $2 million. My proposal here is solve that problem of one of the problems, million problems, and the other one is Navier-Stokes equations. Okay, that's it. All my explanation. The submission 3 also with some physics and basic mathematics to understand it better. Thank you.